Welcome back to my channel. My name's Lisa Jane, and if you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, as always, thank you so much for coming back and watching my videos. Today's video is going to be none other, as you can see by the thumbnail, are TBR jar prompts. Choose my June TBR. I am filming this slightly early. So what I have done is I've just left the books that I'd chosen for May off the cart for now, because I don't know how many of them I'm actually going to get to. I have tried to order it, although it has gone a little bit to pot. I tried to order it so that I have my 12 picks for 2026 across the top, or the ones that are left within it, or most of them. I've then got all the series I'm in the middle of, or, you know, I've tried to fit as many on as I can that I'm interested in. And then along the bottom, we've got some of my summer TBR now ready for going into June. I am going to pick, I think, I don't want to let myself down. I will pick 8 and we'll see how we get on. I've never completed probably 6 of my books on my TBR. However, one of them was chosen by you, which is automatically going to be going on my June TBR. So as you would have seen, I am now going to post a picture of my TBR cart the first week of every month, and I'm going to ask you to choose what you would like me to read, and then the book with the most votes is the book I'll put on my TBR. So the book that won the vote was Diabound by Sable Sorensen. I am really looking forward to this one. I've actually recently just bought book 2, and I know that's not a good thing to do, because if I don't like this, then why have I bought that? However, there's many people like me who just can't help themselves basically, and they pick up the next books in series. So yeah, this is going to be the first book on my June TBR, and it is quite a chunky one. It's over 500 pages. It's going towards 600. So yeah, that's the first one going on. I've also got to think about the book club pick. Sometimes I join in with these, sometimes I don't. So potentially we could only have 7 on the TBR depending on what book gets chosen. I am a bit fussy, and if it's something that's not resonating with me and I don't want to read it, I'm just going to leave it for that month. I'm not going to force myself to read something I really am not interested in. So yeah, so we're going to have Diabound, my book club pick if I want to read that one, and then what I will do is I will pick 6 prompts from the TBR jar. So without further ado, we are going to get into it, because I know how long these videos can get. You may see some new books added to the cart, but I will go through these usually in my wrap up and bookish reset videos. So if there's something you see and you think I've not really explained it, that's where it will be. Or it may be just that I've added it and not filmed that video yet. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, in my wrap up and bookish resets, we do the book series I'm in the middle of, how I'm getting on with them, new books that I've bought, books I've added to my Kindle, books I've taken off. We go through a whole audit every month of where I am and where I'm sitting with the books I've read. So yes, enough waffling, and we will pick the first prompt. I'm just going to get up my summer TBR, because that's not all the books I don't think down there, and then I've got my Kindle as well. So we'll try and do one Kindle read, like I say, because I've got a Kindle subscription. I'll try and do something off the summer TBR, and then we'll see where we go. So this is the first prompt. I'll hold it up so that you can see it, and it is actually by, I hope this is right, Jaylee Reads from Instagram, and it says a book with green on the cover. It really, excuse my handwriting. So a book with green on the cover. There is one that comes straight to mind. There is a few. So I will show you the options and then we will go through them. Right, I'm going to leave it at 5 books because we don't want to pick more than that. I probably have got more in here. The first one is The Italian Garden by Charlotte Betts. I picked this up in 66 books. I've not heard anything about it. However, when I first bought it, I did go on to Goodreads and look at the rating, and I don't think it was very high. However, I've recently gone on to either Fable or Goodreads, or maybe both, and it's getting really good reviews. This came out, this was published in 2024, so it's not a really old book. But yeah, if I pick it, I'll read it out, but I'm not going to go into too much detail, otherwise we will be here all day. But yeah, that's one. This is like a historical fiction, I think. So that could be a potential. We then got a new series I could start, which is Jade City by Fonda Lee. I know Jamie loves this series with her whole heart. And I love watching Jamie's videos. I'm part of Jamie's book club, so I just think I've got high expectations for this one. However, it is starting another new series, and I know I've said before about I don't care how many I'm in the middle of, but I just feel like I need to finish some of the ones I'm in at the moment. That's my mindset right now. So, but it is green, so it had to be chosen. We've then got a new book, which is just a really probably cheesy romance novel, and it's called The Matcha Maker Cafe by Lily Shen. I hope that's how you pronounce it. It's absolutely gorgeous, the front cover. And yeah, I think it's just about 2 people coming together, as these romance books usually are. So that is a potential, and it is tiny. It has also got sprayed edges, so it's got little croissants and matches down the side, which is cute. Really like that. We then have green on this cover, but it's not totally green, to be fair, but it is The Names by Florence Knapp. This is really high up on my list to read. So although it's not fully green, there is a lot of green on it, and it is really a good potential book. But we also have The Thorn Queen by Sasha Payton Smith, which is the second book in the Rose Bargain duology, and this would be finishing a series, so it would be good to pick this one. So I think I'm going between, if I'm honest, these 2. They are both on my summer TBR, so it's which one I want to read. Obviously, this, I think, is a fiction, I want to say. I will pop it across here if I choose it. But, yeah, I don't know if this is a literary fiction or just a fiction of some kind. But these are new to my genre. I've been reading a lot of fantasy because that's ultimately the genre I do like to read, but I've started adding in some historical fiction, literary fiction books. But I do think I'm going to have to go for The Thorn Queen. I think it'd be really good to finish a series, and also I'm just so excited with the way The Rose Bargain left off. If you haven't read that book, please do. I'm really looking forward to this one because it does finish a duology for me. The first book in the series is called The Rose Bargain, and this focuses on Ivy Lee Benton, if I'm correct. And yeah, the first book left off on a cliffhanger, so I'm not going to obviously read the second book synopsis, but I highly, highly recommend. It's very Bridgerton. It's very ball-like. There's some, I wouldn't say trials, but there is competition between the girls who are trying to win the prince's hand in marriage, and you get different POVs. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed that one, and I am looking forward to this one. So this is going to be book number 2 on my June TBR. Let's go for the next one. So this is prompt number 2, because we're only going to pick 6, aren't we? So, I don't know if I've got one of these. A book with a holiday or season in the title. I don't think I have. Let me just check. Oh, we have. And I think this is on my summer TBR. So, is that the only one? I'm just going to check. I think it is. And it is Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. And yeah, I've not read any of these books before. I do own Nora Goes Off Script as well, which I think was on my May TBR. I think it's still waiting to be read. So we will see what I think of this one. This one just says, on paper, Sam's life is on track. She has the perfect fiance, a stable job, and has returned home to pick out a wedding venue near her family's Long Island beach house. The last person she expects to see is Wyatt, her first love and the man who broke her heart. As their irresistible spark comes rushing back, so do the memories of long nights spent in the treehouse and of the summer that changed everything. That's, I think I said this in my bookish reset. I've got doubts whether I'm going to like this one, but we shall see. Just because she's, you know, getting married to somebody else and then the feelings start coming back for somebody she met when she was younger. I'm not sure. So, yeah, this is going to be book number 3 on my June TBR. Prompt number 3 is this one. Read a book with under 25 chapters. Now that's a nice one. I'm just going to have a quick look through my Kindle and I will be right back and I'll let you know if I find any. I can't find any on my Kindle with under 25 chapters, so let's have a look. I'm really keen to read this one. 26. That's so annoying. I'm really wanting to read this one. 26 chapters. How many does the names have? That one doesn't have chapter numbers, which is a bit annoying. Let's see this one. That one's well over. I wonder if any of my books are going to have less than 25 chapters. That, again, is just titles. Well over. I'm going to have to re-choose because the books are chunky on my cart and I can't see any of these being less than 25 chapters. Let me just check this one. Yeah, I think definitely we are going to have a look for another prompt and I will pop that one back in the jar because there may be a time when I've got a smaller book. What is the Italian Garden? I think this feels quite large as well, to be fair. Chapter 28, yeah, there's definitely no books, I don't think, that are smaller than 25 chapters on here. Right, we're going to choose another prompt out of the jar. So this is prompt number 3 still. If I can get it. And it looks like it's one chosen by you. So let's have a look. This is by, I got this wrong last time and Debbie did correct me, but I'm not going to try and pronounce it again, Debbie. So what I will do is show you who it's by. So it says a book with multiple POVs. Thank you so much, Debbie. You've been a superstar. You've sent me quite a few book prompts. So multiple POVs. I'm trying to think if I've just seen any. Did this have POVs? This is multiple POV, so this is definitely going on. And this is Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. I absolutely adored In the Weeds. Again, these are just cheesy romance to me. They do have some spice in them, but I don't know what it was about In the Weeds. I just read through it so quickly. I will probably see if this is on Kindle, because sometimes I like to just keep the books in immaculate condition if they are on there. I don't know. Just, I'm sure I'm not the only one like that. But I did read In the Weeds on my Kindle, even though I had the physical book. So we will see if this one's on there as well. But yeah, this is part of the Love Like Farm series. They are interconnected books. The first one is Love Like Farms, which I haven't read. Now, usually it's not like me to read out of order, but they take place in the different seasons. And this one is following Layla and Caleb. And it just says, Layla Dupree has given up on love. Apparently, owning the bakery at Inglewood's most romantic destination does not help one's love life, despite her efforts. All she wants is a partner who gives her butterflies, not someone who ghosts her at dinner and leaves her with the cheque. Caleb Alvarez can never make it past the first date, which has nothing to do with his long-term crush on the hot bakery owner who serves him coffee every morning. Nothing at all. After saving Layla from a date gone bad, he has a simple proposition. 1 month of no strings dating. He'll do his best to renew her faith in love while she rates his romantic game. It's a win-win situation. But there's one thing they haven't considered. The chemistry between them is red hot. And will Caleb be the secret ingredient that Layla has been missing? I can't wait. That sounds just like my kind of book. So yeah, this is going to be book number 4 on my TBR. Just to clarify, I know I'm only on prompt 4 now, but I'm counting Diabound as the first book. So when I'm saying book number 4, that's why. So this is prompt number 4. Is a book that starts with a vowel. So that is A, E, I, O, and U. So we've got Alchemized, but I did have the urge about a couple of months ago to pick it up, and then because I was trying to get through my other TBR, I ended up putting it back down again, and now the moment's gone again. So we will see with that one. But A, E, I, O, and U. It's going to be hard because a lot of them start with we have got Enchanted Greenhouse, but I do know that is a wintry book. We've got A Curse Carved in Bone, which would finish a duology. And now back to You. And that also is more of it's set around a snowstorm, so the weather's bad. So I feel like that would be better read in the winter time. I feel like I've missed that time to read that one. This is just the way I read. If it's set in a wintry setting, I feel like it's not the right time for me to read it. So I think at the moment, A Curse Carved in Blood. What else have I got? I'm just trying to look down there as well. They're all the A Dance of Lies, so that's an A. Just checking the back of the cart as well to make sure I'm not missing any. We've also got Unearthly, which is a potential option, by Cynthia Hand. But again, I think this could possibly be a one to read in the autumn time. So we've got 3 options. We've got A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. I know the second book is either out now or people are beginning to get the arcs for this. So it would be one I'd like to read quite soon. We've got Unearthly by Cynthia Hand. This is about Clara, who is known as part angel. New high school, new in town. I do think this would be a good autumn read, so that's what's putting me off that one. I think it's going to be one of the fantasy ones. I don't know when this one is set. I think we're going to pick, although this is probably good for the spring summer, I think I'm going to pick A Curse Carved in Bone, because this again is finishing off a duology, so that's another duology series, if you like, ticked off. So I think I'm going to put on A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen. The first book in the series was called A Fate Inked in Blood. That gets mixed reviews online. However, I really liked it. From what I can remember, there was a lot of travelling in there. And yeah, I can't remember the ins and outs of that book, if I'm honest. I'm going to have to look up a little summary before I start this one. But I think I gave it a 4-star or maybe higher. It definitely did rate quite highly with me. I'm sure of it. So, unless I'm just making things up. So I am looking forward to this one. And again, like I say, second book. And we're completing. So, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 2 more prompts left. So, prompt number 5 is a book set at a university. That was A School Unearthly. I'm not sure if I've even got any books that are set at a university. I don't think I have. One here. Obviously, Diabound is set at a military academy, I want to say, I think. Obviously, let me know if I'm wrong with that, but I think that one is. I don't think I've got any that are university-based settings. What about Silver Cloak? Oh, it is an academy, so this could be a good option. So, I know I said I won't pick school, but I think academies are more in line with a university level, which is why I've gone for this one. And this one just says, 2 decades ago, the Blood Moons ruthlessly murdered Saffron's parents, destroying her idyllic childhood. Hell-bent on revenge, she lied her way into the elite Silvercloak Academy of Detectives with a single goal: find a way to bring the Blood Moons to justice. But on the eve of her graduation, her deception is exposed and she's given one option: go undercover and tear the Blood Moons down from the inside. So, yeah, I think I also have, to be honest, The Will of the Many on my May TBR, and I'm not sure how soon I'm going to get round to that. So I'm wondering whether I think that's an academy setting as well. Because I'm really excited to get round to The Will of the Many, and I've put it on a couple of TBRs and just not got to it. So I wonder if, please forgive me if you think I'm cheating, I think I'm going to put on The Will of the Many, which is this book. And I think this is based at a university. Again, I haven't got the book with me to read the synopsis out to you, but it's been one I've been highly, highly anticipating. I know the second book is out now. And yeah, I think, if anything, I might get to it at the end of May, but that will definitely straggle over into June. So this would be a really good option to put on. And then at least I feel like I'm not going to not read it again. We will definitely be getting The Will of the Many read. So yes. Book number 5, or book number 6 now on this pile, is going to be The Will of the Many by James Islington. And I am so excited to read that one. And like I say, it will probably straggle across May and June because it is quite a chunky book. So, this is the last prompt for my June TBR. Let's go. And it is a book with skulls on the cover. So I can see one right away, which would be allowing me to read the next book in the series. I don't know if I've actually got any others. I used to have quite a lot of books with skulls, I'm sure, but I think over time I've literally... No, that's not got skulls. I think this one might be it. I think we will go with this one because I do need to get round to this series again. I read book number 1, which was Kingdom of the Wicked. I think I really enjoyed it. I think I gave that 4 stars. Again, it's a YA. I'm sure they're YA fantasy, but I really did like the first one, and then I've never ever got round to the second 2 books. So this would be one step closer to completing that trilogy. And yeah, looking forward to this one. So that is all the books on my June TBR. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will show you the books we've got. So we've got Diabound, that was chosen by you. We've got The Thorn Queen. We've got Same Time Next Summer. We've got Mixed Signals. We've got A Curse Carved in Bone. And we've got A Kingdom of the Cursed. And we've also got The Will of the Many, which I'm going to straggle across the 2 months, like I said. And then we may also have my book club pick for the month of June as well, depending on what the book is that's chosen. I will say I do have some ones that I really would like to get to, and they are books like The Broken Country, The Names. I've also just recently got The Correspondent, which is just gorgeous. I can't wait to read that one. So I'm going to stick as much as I can to this TBR, because what is the point in making these videos if I'm not going to try and at least read some of the books? However, I am a bit of a mood reader sometimes and will flit out and back in again. So yeah, we shall see. I have now finished uni. I literally submitted, as I'm filming this, I submitted about 2 nights ago, which means I am now completely finished. I graduate in the summer with my classification, so I can't wait for that. But that also means that now I have got weekends free to do as much reading as I like, which will give me more time to get through more books, hopefully. Exciting times ahead. I'm hoping to do a new book area. I think I've spoke about this already on this channel. So that's coming soon. I love to decorate them, make them look really pretty and aesthetic. So yeah, that is all coming. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.